You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show.
Hello, Carrie Diaries fans. Thanks for tuning in to another after show for the Carrie Diaries. This is Season 1, Episode 11, Identity Crisis. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and here with me today is...
Hello, I'm Anik Dufour.
Hey guys, I'm Annika Michelle.
What an episode.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. We see Carrie, she dives into her New York lifestyle. It's spring break. She gets to spend the whole entire week at Interview Magazine. But before we get into that juicy stuff, let's talk about what's going on in Connecticut. All right, so first, the whole Mouse and West situation. We were right in predictions last week.
Yeah.
We were on it. So.
They're totally going to hook up.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
for
For
sure.
sure. Sexual tension is at a high.
And Mouse learned some tricks from Donna in this episode. So she was... the captain of the team? Is
Yeah,
that-
right.
The manager.
She's
the
the manager.
The
yeah.
manager. And she was kind of becoming an issue. She was coming between the players, and she was just causing problems more than she was helping them. And so her way of fixing them was to do what Donna did when she came between the team a long time ago. She... what did Donna do? She was dating two guys at once from the team, right?
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
put them against each other.
Yeah.
And they started hating each other and getting competitive. And then when she dumped both of them, they had the common enemy and
Right.
became friends again.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Mouse did. She was causing all these problems, and she kind of was pointing out the flaws of each player, and it started getting competitive. So she was the most obnoxious manager. I forgot that she was trying to do it on purpose. I was like, why is Mouse so annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was so annoying in this episode, but she did it so she would get fired, and then she did. And then the team was happy and
It brought the team
back
back
together.
It did.
which is what she wanted to do in the first place.
She accomplished her goal in an annoying way, but she did.
Yeah. I was just like, wow, she's so annoying in this episode. I can't believe how annoying she is. But then I was like, oh, she's taking after Donna, so
Yeah.
I'll let her slide on this episode.
I liked how in the end she saw West was into her, and she finally kind of saw it. You know what I mean? I feel like she didn't really know beforehand, and she was she was into him and she didn't know he was into her, but I feel like at the end she saw that. She was like, okay, there's something more here, obviously on his side too.
It's because she wasn't so obsessed with the team and everything, because she's such a competitive person, and whenever she would think about him, it was like, oh, I have to be better than him. And now she can finally realize and be a normal person and just be like,
Yeah.
oh, he likes me. Maybe they can study together and be like a
Study
super
buddy.
nerdy couple.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that would be cute.
They probably
They probably will.
predictions.
They probably will.
They definitely spiced it up though. Towards the end, they were liking each other. You could tell that she liked him too, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I definitely do, and I can't wait to see how. Hopefully, there's 2 episodes left, so we'll get that wrapped up.
I feel like Dorrit finally got a kiss, and I hope Mouse and West get to kiss each other, because Dorrit had to wait, 10 episodes to get her on-screen kiss? And I feel like they're going to make Mouse either wait till the 12th or the 13th episode to do it.
Yeah.
Two more weeks, so I hope she gets it.
Me too. And speaking of Dorrit, in my notes, I wrote sad face, no Larissa and no Dorrit in this episode. My favorite characters. This episode was great, but I had an issue with that because they're my favorite people on the show.
I was actually hoping to see Dorrit and the new boyfriend.
Me too.
And then I was disappointed when she wasn't there.
We talked about that in predictions too last week, that they would spice it up more. What were you going to say?
I was hoping to see Larissa because they talked about her so much this episode. And we met so many different people that she knows or has connections to, and we didn't see her once again. So what's going on here, people?
It describes Larissa, though. Like,
Yeah.
the episode I felt like was about Larissa. She just wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting. But speaking about romance, should we talk about Tom and his new dating life?
I thought that was the best part of this whole episode.
That was hilarious.
was
Me
Tom
too.
and the whole meditation class and Deb, who is, I named her the gum girl.
The gum
I just,
smacker.
yeah. I thought that was the best part of the show.
I liked it because I get annoyed when people chew gum weird, too. So
Yeah.
I was like, that would annoy me so much if I was in yoga or meditation class or something and someone was chomping away, making that clicking noise. But so he's just getting fed up with her the whole time. She's this hot lady with her big tits out, you know. She's just chomping her gum while she's meditating, and he just cannot handle it. And then
not
they have
into
sex
it.
in his car.
And not only that, Sebastian and
Maggie.
Maggie
see
totally
it.
capture them in the act.
So do you think it's bad that Maggie and Sebastian didn't tell Carrie that they saw?
No, I was hoping there would be. You know what? Honestly, I feel like that scene was taped and maybe just not aired. I have no clue. This is just what I'm telling myself to make myself feel better about the episode. But I just feel like that scene was taped and maybe they had to cut it out for editing reasons. It ended up on the editor room floor. But I think they told her.
Really?
I do.
Why
I
do
feel
you
like-
think that? Because in the end, they were...
I feel like, wouldn't you tell your friend, like, if you just caught their parent, like, in the car? I'd be like, so guess what I saw, and you should be happy you're not the one who saw it.
Well, later that day, Carrie and Sebastian are hanging out at the diner, and she's going on and on about her New York extravagant adventure, and then she was like, so what'd you do today? And he doesn't mention it at all.
Yeah.
So I was
That's
kind of like,
true.
just be honest. You're in a relationship.
But then he does get annoyed when his parents tell him that, so maybe he should think the same thing because he doesn't want to hear it from his parents.
And
Yeah.
speaking of that, let's talk about it. I mean, he's listening to his parents have sex regularly, and then when they're not having sex, his mom's showing up at school crying and being dramatic and, you know, interfering with his relationships by, you know, venting to him while he's supposed to be hanging out with Carrie and stuff.
Yeah.
Such a weird situation to
That was-
have with your parents.
That was well, they don't get along. They're divorced, but like for some reason they just like keep getting back together and then
They have
getting
some
divorced. Like,
sexual chemistry
Yeah.
where they just like to have a lot of sex and then they fight with each other or
right.
something.
And then I thought it was funny when his mom showed up and she's just talking to him about at school. She showed up at school and she's just talking to him about, you know, his and his father's like, or her and his father's sex life.
Yeah.
And he's just like, really, come on.
Yeah. He's
I just
like,
thought that
make
was,
me
like-
the kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I need a little bit of secrets. And she's like, but isn't it nice we're so close? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody.
I feel like everyone gets grossed out thinking about thinking about their parents having sex just grosses everyone
I mean,
out, it
obviously
seems
we all
like.
know they had to do it to have us, but you don't want to think about it.
No. Never.
But,
Or hear it above you
Yeah.
or in the next room.
or that have them tell you that they had to go get a sandwich because it was that exhausting after, and they were so hungry after it all. Like, no.
That's not even like necessary to report on. It's
Yeah.
like, today I ate a sandwich. It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Why does she need to go and tell him that?
TMI.
Too much.
Yeah, too much information.
So weird. So I understand from his perspective why he wouldn't tell Carrie about that. But at the same time, it's like such a big step for Tom. He's been mourning over the loss of his wife, and he's been, you know, so slow to get started to date again. Except he kind of had that thing with that fitness lady and things here and there. But I feel like now he's really like, okay, I'm going to start dating again. And he's not scared.
I wish they showed how they ended up in the car. Like, it literally just cut from her, like, smacking her gum again at the diner to them, like, going at it in the car. And I'm like, whoa, I wanted to know, like, how he, like, you know, like, if he, like, used a line on her, was, like, you know, how did she end up there? Like, it literally just cut.
Maybe he was trying to get the gum out of her mouth by, like,
Maybe.
making out with her or something.
Yeah. Let me take care of that gum for you.
Let me just get rid of that since it's so annoying.
That's true.
That was a really weird situation, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how that came from one step to another, but it makes it a little more fun.
Yeah, we have no idea how he coaxed her in the car, but
Hey, it works for them.
It does.
Do you think that girl did pull out the gum and start chewing again to annoy him, or do you think she actually just chews gum all the time?
Oh, no, I think she did to annoy him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Me too. I was just wondering, though, because I was like, okay, if she was chewing gum like that all, like, the entire class, come on. But
Especially in a meditation class. I mean, yoga and stuff, I don't really do yoga, but the couple times I've gone, they told you to spit out your gum and anything you're chewing because nobody wants to hear that.
It's supposed to be very silent and relaxing, calming noises, not like...
No smacking, chomping, popping, whatever you do with your gum, not going to happen in that class.
Yeah. So weird. Well, if you guys are watching, no gum in yoga or meditation class. Notes from us. Well, before we move on to our next topic, quickly wanted to mention iTunes. If you guys are watching this on AfterBuzz TV or YouTube, know that you can also go to iTunes, type in AfterBuzz TV, look up the Carrie Diaries, and hit subscribe. Be sure to leave us some comments, some stars. We love some 5-star action. And be sure to just tell us what you think about our show, whether it's good or bad feedback, and tell a friend, because that's how we grow here at AfterBuzz, and we have tons of different shows. So be sure to check all of them out. You'll find something that you'll like. Yes. So should we move on to
the juicy stuff?
The juice of the episode. Carrie at Interview Magazine. She's living the dream. Kind of. She's very excited. It's spring break, and she just wants to work, which I love. I think that's so cool that she was like, yes, I want to work all of spring break. So she's spending the entire week in Manhattan, and she thinks she like knows the city, and she's all cool. She's giving people wrong directions. I love that part.
That was cute.
And she's running after, wait, no, the street's that way.
Yeah.
But she had to assist Larissa. Larissa's crazy. She's all over the place. She's running off to who knows where, doing who knows what,
with
getting
who knows
free
who.
stuff,
Exactly.
sleeping with. Like, we do not know what is up with that girl, but I love her.
But she's great. She's a great character in the show, and she's much needed.
Yeah, and we see more about her lifestyle. Like, she's getting free stuff all the time because people just want to be featured in the magazine. So she's getting dresses and creams and the works constantly. But so Carrie, you know, it's her first day. She answers the phone and says, oh yeah, like Larissa will be there in an hour to pick up this package, even though Larissa was somewhere else, who knows where. There's no cell phones at this time, so it's just hopeless.
Yeah.
I was thinking during the episode, why doesn't she just text her?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, never mind.
You realize
it's like 1985.
Nobody like texts.
Yeah. Because nowadays that's what you think. Just text them or call them, and it's no problem. But not so easy back then.
No.
So she decides to figure it out on her own and just pretend to be Larissa to get herself out of the problem. Well, she goes to pick up the package first and gets rejected, and then pretends to be Larissa. I thought she did a good job at acting like Larissa.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it showed that Anna Sophia is a really good actress, because we've kind of only seen her play Carrie, and that shows that she can do the accent and switch it up a little bit. So it kind of made me respect her more as an actress seeing this episode.
I agree with you. She was good. She did the whole accent, the whole, like, not even the accent, just the mannerisms, even like darling and like, you know, throwing her hand. She's like, I don't know. She got Larissa down pat. So
she turned into a diva.
She did.
Yeah.
I like it. It was good.
What was the name of the store?
I think it was called Boutique. Or was it called Boutique or The Boutique or something?
I just know it was expensive dresses that she got.
Yeah. And so the lady falls for it and believes that she's Larissa. So next thing you know it, Carrie's in $1,000 dresses, drinking. Yeah. What was she drinking? Like
something with alcohol in it.
Champagne or who knows.
All while waiting for the package, of course.
Oh, yeah, just hanging out. And the lady comes with all these gorgeous dresses. Like, these are all the dresses you just, you know, tried on. It's worth a ton of money. So just put us on the cover of Interview and they're yours. And then Carrie's like, oh, crap. Like, what do I do? Right. What do I do? So she, doesn't she call up Bennett?
She does. She's like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do.
And he's like, take the dresses.
Yeah.
What every gay man would probably say.
Yeah. What would you guys have done in that situation?
I would have taken the dresses.
And been like, oh, we promise you on the cover? Or be like,
I wouldn't promise. I'd just be like, okay, well, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
And then I'd walk out with the dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she ended up walking out with one of them on her because she was wearing it.
when
But
she was
she
about to
didn't
get
get
killed.
the rest because, yeah, a little bit of drama. So the package that she got, this crazy woman comes in and wants to kill her because she thinks she's Larissa.
Right.
And she's like throwing things, trying to like, punch her, kill her, because Larissa slept with her husband.
Her boyfriend.
Or boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
And
her boyfriend is the one who usually delivers
Delivers
the
the package,
packages.
but then he got high or something and he passed out and he was sleeping. So she just took it to eventually see Larissa because she wanted to know, she knew that the package was going to Larissa, so she wanted to see her, and then all crap broke loose.
And then Carrie got caught in her lie and ran off in the $1,000 dress.
Yeah. And I love how, like, the other lady, the boutique lady, not the one who delivered, was like, oh, because she had no idea what the package was.
Right.
And she's
It
like,
was a
is it?
Coke.
Yeah, she's like, is it Coke? I want some. Come back. As she's, like, sprawled out on the floor, like, yelling for her. I was like, okay, crazy.
And the way she said it, too, it was almost like she was going to bust her. Like, is that Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want some. Like,
It was so funny. But, yeah, she walked off with the dress that she had on, which was cost over $1,000, like she told Bennett. And
she
got
looked fabulous in it, too.
So good. She got the package, which ended up being a wig for Andy Warhol.
A toupee, yeah.
Toupee, yeah.
Not cocaine, as they
Not cut, uncut, as they said.
Oh, yeah, they were like, she thought it was Coke because they said that, not cut, and then it ended up being a wig. So she had to take it to this weird club in
A child store.
a
like an
children's
underground club
clothing
type.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah, secret club, and she couldn't get in because the guy's like, no high schoolers. Like,
Yeah.
what are you guys
Right.
doing here? And then she pretends to be Larissa. It doesn't work because he knows Larissa.
Right.
And then so she finally is just like, I have this wig, please let me in. And he
Yeah.
says yes finally. And she's like, actually, I don't need to go and just have the assistant come to me.
Yeah.
So they finally get it there. And we never find out what Larissa, if she hears about it or not. So I want to see next episode
Yeah,
if
we'll
she's
probably
going to
figure out
find
next
out.
episode.
Do you think she's even going to care?
I don't
Probably
think.
not.
She seems like so
Like
free
free.
and
Yeah.
Easygoing.
I guess is decaf appropriate?
Yeah, like, just not. Yeah, I don't think she cared. I think she'd be like, oh, great, thanks for doing my work for me. Like, she would not care.
Yeah.
And she's who knows where the entire episode. They even say, like, oh, she'll go for a meeting and end up somewhere
Like-
in,
else
like, Mexico or
tasting
Yeah.
something and trying new perfumes, smelling random things.
Yeah.
So, must be a fun lifestyle.
Must
Yeah.
be nice.
Must be nice. Free stuff and do whatever you want.
Yeah, fly
Sounds
places.
good.
Not on your money either, so.
Yeah.
What else happened? Am I forgetting anything? I feel like a lot happened with Carrie in the whole interview.
That whole
situation.
interview thing, well, I guess this segues into the other topic. She was with Bennett and
And
Walt.
Walt.
When
Well,
she
Walt
went to the,
came
Walt,
to
Walt
visit
came
her for
because they were
lunch,
supposed to
right?
have
Right.
lunch together.
but then she was off at this boutique store trying to be Larissa to pick up this package. So she was late. She comes back. Walt and Bennett are sitting there talking to each other, and Walt was like, oh, it's fine that you were late. Like, they didn't seem that either of them minded that they were talking with each other. And then so they come with her to go deliver this package at this place. And then this other guy, he kind of came out of the party, I'm assuming, and knew Bennett.
Some cute gay guy.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. He came and knew Bennett, and so Bennett and him were just kind of talking or whatever, and Walt got jealous because when they left, he was like really quiet, and he just was like, let's go, who cares? So only Carrie and Walt left the party. Bennett stayed, and Carrie's like, well, what's wrong? Like, you're not yourself, And he was like, well, I'm just upset that he left. Aren't you upset that he didn't stay with us? And she was like, no, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, I guess I wouldn't be upset either unless I liked the person, because then I
Right.
wouldn't care, really.
I still
Right.
feel like he overly reacted though. Like if someone, even if you like someone, if they go and talk to someone else just for a little bit, it's different. If he was like making out with the guy in front of him, that would be
Yeah.
very, traumatizing or whatever. But if he's just talking to someone, you're not going to get that emotional, I feel like.
Right.
I think it's because he's not really sure about
He's
what's going
battling with
on.
himself.
Right. So it's like it's harder for him, I guess, maybe to like get those feelings to come out.
Yeah.
So maybe that's kind of like a way that, he's dealing with it.
He's sad
Yeah.
because of that too.
And I feel like also because maybe he was like, well, maybe we can all three hang out, and he was bummed that this guy stayed at the party and didn't leave with them. So he was like, well, great, now I'm just with Carrie, but not like I can't hang out with the person I like, you know?
Yeah. I think
don't know.
Carrie handled it really well, though, because she's known. We all know
say,
that.
yeah.
Like, she's known that he's been gay for a long time. And I think she handled it the perfect way. She wasn't like, oh, do you have a crush on that guy? Is that why you're mad? Kind of thing. She was just like very, just slow
Careful
questions, kind of like, so why are you upset? You're not acting like yourself. And then he slowly opened up. She's like, you can trust me with anything. I'm your best friend. I'm always here for you no matter what. And he pretty much came out to her. He wasn't like, I'm gay, but he said, I have a crush on Bennett. He admitted it and said that he's been battling this, issue and with his sexuality with himself for a long time, and he's confused. So I thought that was a big step, though.
That was a huge step.
That was a huge step, especially back then when it's not like today where, it's okay
like cool
to be gay now. Right?
Yeah.
It's okay to be gay. Back then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because you can get, like, rejected from your friends and your family and stuff.
Especially
and
his family, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially
The
his
uptight family.
Yeah, so I guess it was a big relief for him to, like, admit that.
I want him and Bennett to have, like, a
little
secret,
fling. Like night.
fun. Yeah. A
Under the
little
bed.
something. Because Bennett obviously knows that he's gay,
Oh,
too,
for
for sure. Even though he won't admit it to Bennett. It's like, I'm surprised Walt didn't come out to Bennett before anyone else, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought this is just what I noticed. The scene where they're both in an interview when Carrie walks in, they were both kind of similarly dressed. Like their shirts were kind of the same kind of like, I don't know, shirts that you would
Very
see.
well groomed.
Yeah.
Very well, like they just kind of both screamed gay, and I was like, oh, a little gay couple, and it clicked to me that it's Walt and it's not, And then I was like, oh, that's cute how the costume designer kind of put that already on him,
They're cute looking together.
They really
I think
are.
They're a really
Yeah.
cute couple if they're together.
Yeah, they're totally cute. We want that.
Except then there's the issue of the whole, oh, he's under 18 and he's older, but who cares?
But I feel like Bennett's what, like maybe early 20s?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
I
he's
don't
that
think
much
he-
older.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, because that's weird if it is.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be like early 20s.
I always forget that they're in high school. I
do
kind of just
too.
think that
Yeah.
they're like whatever, and then I'm like, oh, if they're under 18, it's, I don't know. Were
Yeah.
they that strict about that, though, in the 80s?
I have no idea.
Because now I feel like if you date someone under 18 and you're over, it's like you're busted and
You're done.
You're
Yeah.
done. Like, it's not acceptable at all now.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how it was
I
back
don't know
then.
how it was back then either.
Oh, well, either way, I want them to hook up.
The show
Moral
can make
of
it
the
do.
story.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think is going to happen with Walt and his sexuality? With, like, what's going to happen with that next? Do you think he's going to start slowly coming out to everyone?
Are we going into predictions? Yes.
We can, how about we save that for predictions? Let's
Okay.
do news and gossip right now.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Did you guys get any news and gossip?
I don't have anything. The only thing I have was Candace Bushnell was talking about the Carrie Diaries and how it's been having like lower ratings, and she just wants everyone to give it a shot because it is a good show, and just because it has like lower ratings on the network doesn't mean that it actually gets really high streaming on the internet, so which is good. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully
Haven't the
second
ratings
season.
gone up since, like,
They've
last
gone up, but they've
couple
been
episodes?
steady, so they haven't gone up more. So hopefully we'll see what happens.
well, so many people watch online. I mean, I watch it
Yeah.
on Hulu, so
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just how people watch it.
I mean, I watch it DVR'd, so that doesn't count on the thing because it only counts when you watch it at the time that it airs the first time. That's what sucks. It's because
So
they
it's
only
getting
count
bad
it
ratings just because people aren't watching
on
it
Monday
live.
at 8 o'clock. Yeah.
So what if you just like turn on your TV, just even though like you don't
Yeah,
wanna watch
leave it on.
just turn it on, leave it on through the show, and then it'll pick up ratings.
Yeah. you
Even
can
though
do that.
even though you don't watch it, just keep your TV on.
Yeah.
That's smart. I don't have any juicy
I
news or
don't.
gossip.
This
Like, I looked and there's nothing out there.
They don't even tweet that much. Like you can't even pull a juicy story from their Twitter or something.
I mean, they're big actors, but I feel like they're just not the type of actors that are very like, I want attention, like give me
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Like I'm tweeting all the time and stuff. So we don't have very much news and gossip, but
We don't.
we're gonna move into predictions now.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What are your guys' predictions?
Well, there are 2 episodes left, so hopefully Bennett and Walt will get together, as well as Mouse and Wes. And I don't know, I kind of like Tom and the chewing gum girl, Deb. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I hope all of them get together, and I want Walt to come out to Maggie, because I feel like that scene where I keep calling him Austin, Sebastian and Carrie were kissing like at the end right before class, and then they just both kind of look at each other. They're just like, high five, let's go to class. Like they like both kind of looked at each other and they're like, we're not about to make out right now again, you know. But it's just, I don't know, that just was like, oh, okay, well, I feel like she knows. I feel like Carrie, she kind of knows a little bit too, but I want him to come out to her.
I agree. I feel like she should know of all people, especially because they dated for so long.
And they were intimate.
Yeah. It's hard to hear, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my ex that I was in love with for so long.
Right.
Well, at least it's not like one of those things where he left me for another girl.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I guess that's a bonus right there.
Yeah.
You can't really compete. It's not
For
the
Rob
same.
Right,
Lowe.
exactly.
My
Yeah.
prediction, or what I want to happen, is I want Dora and that boy to have a fling or get
Yes.
together. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. You can find me on Twitter at Danica Kennedy, and you can find me at danicakennedy.com.
And you can find me, Anik Dufour, on Twitter at justanik and anikdufour.com.
You can find me on my website at AnikaMichelle.com, or you can find me on Twitter at Annika_Michelle.
See you guys next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.